Welcome to BB Outdoors.
This is BB Outdoors, and this is our favorite bass rigs and lures, okay? Go ahead, Nicholas.
Okay, so one of my soft baits, I like using the 5-inch Zoom Bait Super Fluke. But like when I use Zoom Bait Super Flukes, sometimes I use the 7-inch Zoom Bait Magnum Flukes. That's one of my rubber baits, but when I use worms, I like using these Zoom Bait Trick Worms. I think they're 7-inch, aren't they?
They're 6-inch. 6-inch.
Okay, 6-inch. I forgot.
And what do you like using for your topwater and diving baits?
Okay, so top water, I like using the River to Sea Whopper Plopper. And this is a 90. I do have a 130, but I haven't really used it. I do like using this 90 because it's small enough you can catch smaller bass and bigger bass go after it.
But it's still heavy enough you can cast it at a large distance.
And I do use a 50-pound braid with my topwater.
You don't want to lose your $15 baits, do you?
No, I don't want to lose expensive baits, but what brand is this 50-pound braid?
It's a Bass Pro Shops brand.
Okay, just wondering.
He's already lost this year. He's already lost a large jointed. Was it a 4.5-inch large swim bait?
It was a 4.5-inch large
jointed swim bait.
Yeah.
Plus, he's already lost a Berkley chopper.
Yeah, and like he just said, Berkley chopper. I do like using that. It's I think it's like an off-brand Whopper Plopper. I do seem to catch fish on it.
That's the same color and size of one that he lost.
Yeah. I don't really like losing baits. Okay, now I don't use a crankbait a whole lot, but my brother got me this at Bass Pro.
There's a large, if you want the deep to medium divers, there's large for like $3 at Bass Pro.
Yes.
They're a pretty good deal if you just want some that you could have in bulk or anything, in case you're fishing around logs and such.
Yeah. I haven't really used it too much. I haven't caught any fish on it, but I haven't used it too much. And then my brother Luke got me this, what is it?
It's the Head-In Torpedo.
Head-In Torpedo. It's pretty small. I mean, it's not too small, but it's
smaller than a 90
as you can see, it's
that's
not
the
too
normal
bad.
sized one.
Yeah.
And our dad has a couple of the baby sized ones also.
Yes.
They're about 2/3 of the size of those, maybe 3/4. And for my a bass rig for worms at least, I like using the Yum 5-inch dingers or Senkos. They're called different things by different brands, but Eagle Claw hook, beads, bobber stopper, grinder.
Now, my brother Luke did just get a worm kit, and he got these bobber stoppers in there, and we really have liked them, haven't we?
Yeah, we've enjoyed them. That's how we figure out about them. The Eagle Claw worm kit. We both use just grinder knots, only grinder knots.
Yes.
And for my bass leader, I like using 20-pound Berkley. It's a Berkley Vantage fluorocarbon, 2.5 foot, and then just a normal swivel that I attach to my braid.
I don't really use leaders. I mean, I use the 20-pound braid for like my worm rigs, and then for top water, I use 50-pound braid because I don't like losing expensive baits like I have in the past.
It just seems to be a little bit more efficient when you have a leader, but that's just my opinion.
And for like my chatterbait, I have the Z-Man.
And for my chatterbait, I use Z-Man, but I really like these. They're the Strike King Thunder Crickets.
I have not used those before, so.
Larger hooks, they're quite a bit sharper. They just seem a little bit better quality. They're about 2.5 times expensive though. These are around $5. These are between like $11 and $15. So I only have one of these, so I haven't been using a lot, but it seems to work pretty good. And speaking of, and also with chatterbaits, I like the baby ones, and they work pretty good for crappie, bass. Chatter frogs work pretty good too. And also with my worms, I like using the Yum 6-inch swimming dingers for anything. So you don't have to jerk. I usually, when I use a normal one like this, I use jerk on it and such. But these are easy for the more amateur fishermen, so they can just reel slowly. They work just as good, maybe even better.
And one thing I wanted to talk about, now these Zoom Bait Magnum flukes, and these are the 7-inch, and this is the Zoom Bait Super Fluke, the 5-inch. I do really like them, but one problem with them is a lot of the time you want to use a bullet weight, because like if you're trying to do like a jerk on it, it will not sink. It will just come to the top of the water and you just pull it across the top of the water. Haven't you had that happen before?
And beads, with beads, they add more movement, a little bit more weight, and a little bit more shine and noise.
And like with the bullet weights, me and Luke both like using bobber stoppers.
Yeah.
Or with beads.
With a leader, it's not much trouble if it's sliding out the line. It'll just stop at the swivel. But if you're not using a leader, they'll just slide up as far as they can go.
Yes. That's why, see, and me not using a leader, I do like the bobber stoppers. Thank you for watching BB Outdoors, and have good luck fishing.
And have a good day.